Well, this has been a long time coming. I've wanted to make a video about this guy for a while now, because as you can probably tell from the title, he's a disgusting person who deserves a video. But for those who just don't know who he is, MandoPony is a 31-year-old YouTuber who is a pretty big musician on the site. His content is in the same vein as people like The Living Tombstone or DA Games, making music based off popular games and franchises. As you can probably tell from his username, he's really into, or at the very least was very into, MLP, or My Little Pony if you don't know what that is. It's like some kid's show. And started off his channel doing covers of their songs or making original songs for original characters. He did this for a few years and got a decent following, but then he hit it really big with a little known franchise called Five Nights at Freddy's, and boom, all of his music videos are getting hundreds of thousands if not millions of views. And he didn't just do FNAF either, he did Animal Crossing, he did Undertale, Overwatch, just anything popular at the time. And this has got him to almost 700,000 subscribers of me writing this, and he gets around 50,000 views a day. But slowly he stopped uploading as much, with the last thing he ever uploaded being a short little animatic for a show he was working on, and he was working on it last November, and hasn't released anything else since. He even made a Twitter for it, and for all of the 1 episodes that came out, and hasn't updated the Twitter since. He hasn't uploaded since that video, his Facebook's been abandoned since February, and he's privated both his Instagram and his Twitter, so if he's making posts I can't see him, and hasn't really done anything else since online from what I can tell. He's even disabled comments for all of his videos. It's something he did while I was writing this, because originally some of the less viewed videos still had comments on. And if you're wondering why he would disable comments for all of his videos, it's because he's been outed as a predator. I got a tweet about him a little while ago, so I want to thank the person for tweeting at me about it, because honestly I would have no idea about this situation. I would have never noticed. Despite being a dirty little FNAF lover and constantly listening to FNAF music when I was younger, and I guess I still do listen to that type of music, but that doesn't matter right now. I was never a fan of him. Despite being into the FNAF craze like everyone else and listening to all sorts of music about it, I just never liked his songs. I just always thought he was a more bootleg version of Living Tombstone, so I listened to him instead. But music preference is one thing, sexual ones can be jail-worthy. A few months ago, someone made a Twitter specifically to expose Mando and his atrocious behavior. Now there's a lot to go over, this man did not miss on any details, so the Twitter thread is one of the longest exposing threads I've ever seen, let alone for a predator, so I'm gonna link to it, because there's a lot to go over, with even other Twitter users giving their own stories about him. So if I miss something or gloss over something, I'm sorry, there's just a lot to unpack. What's weird to me is the Twitter came out long after he stopped uploading, so he did stop because of all of this coming out, so he might have been taking a break or working on his cartoon thing, but whatever the reason for him not coming back, it's a good thing, because this man is sick, and he's been exposed for sexting and grooming multiple minors. The first one the thread talks about is a minor he messaged on Snapchat, and for most of their relationship she was underage and he knew that. Here's the proof if you don't believe her not only being underage, and here's more proof that he did know she was underage but didn't care. She didn't keep it a secret, or this was something he found out and ended afterward. This was something he knew, and he decided to not only secretly message her, but sext her. Oh, I want to add real quick that he's married and has been for 5 years now to a girl named Sabrina, a person he met through MLP. So not only is he sexting minors, he's also cheating on his wife. What a great guy. Oh, you think this is as far as it goes? We're not even started. He would send her nudes constantly and asks for them back. Almost every screenshot is sexual in some way. He would talk about how he knew what he was doing was wrong but didn't care. He would also gaslight the minors he was talking to, making them feel special about talking to him, since he kept his Snapchat secret just for them, which he didn't because he did this to multiple minors. He would also guilt trip them and would use the mental health card too, which is unfortunately becoming a common trend for predators to use when they're being outed. Which if you had mental health problems, what do you want it to not be associated with you going after minors? Which is all they're doing, they're trying to get away with what they did by playing the mental health card, which in reality doesn't work and is just making people look down on other people that do have mental health problems, which is sadly just damaging the chance of people like that getting the help they need or being taken seriously when it's a valid time to bring up their mental health. He would then go on to justify cheating on his wife to the minor by saying how she isn't into him anymore, she won't touch him or anything, which judging by his tastes and behavior, I don't blame her for not wanting to be anywhere near him. He's just trying to pin cheating on his wife instead of him being the one to cheat, you know, with a minor. Even without the whole being a massive predator that deserves to go to jail for what he did, why cheat on your wife? Why not divorce her if you're not happy in the marriage? If you really did love her, you wouldn't not only cheat on her, You wouldn't cheat on her with a minor. You're an influencer. Stuff like this is going to get out. And you've put your wife and all your victims through a lot of pain for no other reason than you're a predator and you just didn't care. You didn't love any of them, and if you're willing to put your wife through this, you never loved her either. Even calls their relationship healthy. It isn't. You don't need me to tell you that. It's like you're secretly dating a minor, you're cheating on your wife, the whole relationship is just sexting and gaslighting. He even had phone sex with her, that's how pathetic he is. This isn't some loving relationship. You're using your power as an influencer to prey on your fans. He would also do this stuff even when the wife was in the house. That's how thirsty he was for minors. He was even talking about how they could visit each other. And this isn't even a fraction of the screenshots that the Twitter has. Again, I'm gonna link to the thread, but if I went over every single post, we'd be here for at least another 10 minutes of just these Snapchat messages, and there's a lot more to go over. And I'm not exaggerating when I say this man was super horny to get with a minor. This gross 31-year-old man. He also went after a 15-year-old on Instagram too, because the scumbaggery never ends with this guy. Talking about how he didn't want to be the creepy older guy, while calling a 15-year-old cute and saying her body is gorgeous, calling it a sacred temple. He also calls her the perfect woman since she's a gamer. It's pathetic. I say pathetic a lot, I know, I won't lie, but the fact that this 31-year-old man is going after minors and orgasming over them playing Overwatch is just the most pathetic thing I've ever seen. He even says outright that he wanted to have sex with her while they were on Nate Wants to Battle's tour. He toured with Nate Wants to Battle, another musician, using him in his tour, a tour he worked so hard on to get, to prey on both their fans. What's also funny is a message the Twitter thread has of him saying how he's uncomfortable with minors thirsting after him, which is a lie since he gets off to minors doing this. When all of this came out, everyone cut ties with him, no one's touring with him anymore, and a lot of videos that were collabing with him got deleted off the main people's channels, which is a good thing, and I appreciate them not giving this guy any exposure to their audiences. The thread maker also writes to his wife Sabrina about how she needs to get out of their marriage, how he's lying about being a victim to the internet stalkers, and that it's destroying her mental health, which it is. Besides the fact that if he's gaslighting minors, he is almost guaranteed to be gaslighting his wife. To find out that your significant other who you pledged the rest of your life to is not only cheating on you and hid it for months, but cheated on you with multiple minors would hurt anyone. And the fact that she's still with him either means she's completely fine with him being a predator and cheating on her, or he's gaslighting her and abusing her to the point where she can't get out of there, which both of those situations are terrible. And there's more to the thread. There's a compilation of Andy acting weird towards Nate, an admin giving their own stories and experiences with him, more evidence of Andy flirting with the 15-year-old. He would later go on to not only draw the 15-year-old, but also Nate sexually. And I'm not showing these for obvious reasons, but check it out yourself if you don't believe me. He legitimately sexualized not only his friend, but a minor, and it's disgusting. Andy also used a 14-year-old who was homeless at the time, which while there's not a lot of proof with it, I believe them since Andy is clearly not above doing it. There are so many other people that came out against him, some adults, but most of them were minors. And just because you're an adult doesn't mean you can't get groomed either. There's another conversation that was leaked of him calling a 13-year-old cute, and that's most of the thread. I glossed over some of them, but they're all there plainly to see. There's also some other stuff I want to go over too. People are going against the threader for exposing him, which while sad isn't that shocking really. Even my Louis Calibre video that went over good got a decent amount of hate comments. It's just an unfortunate reality that no matter what a person does, once they get big enough, there will be a certain amount of people that protect them and harass people that are going against them no matter what they do. Also, he only turned off his comments recently for his videos, so he might be planning a comeback, which I don't know why he would. I assume since this didn't really pick up into anything big, and mostly stayed on Twitter, he thinks he's gonna get away with it. When the only reason it really did get that big was because he hadn't uploaded, before or after this came out, so there was no videos to comment on to show him that he's a disgusting person, because you would get buried on older videos, but if it was a newer video, you would be able to see him. If he is actively planning a comeback and is talking about it, I can't see it. He's privated all of his social medias and I don't know if he still uses them. I hope the victims are alright, and they've helped stop him from doing this stuff still. Again, check out the thread if you don't believe me. Predators like this shouldn't get away with what they do, and the person who made it deserves support for helping to expose them. I'm glad that Nate and everyone else has dropped him in his music, and although his subscribers dropped when the allegations came out, they've started to rise again, and I hope this helps his channel finally die, because someone like this doesn't deserve a platform, let alone being able to create content that attracts mainly minors. And if he does come back, just know I'll complain about it. That being said, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoy the content. I plan on actually making a Discord soon, which is cool, I guess. I'm not going to promise it in like a day or two, but I think it's about time I get it. It's just that I don't know how it works, so it might take a while, because I don't want people calling me mean names. But yeah, thanks for watching. I want to thank my members too. They help me make videos like this. Their names will be in the description as well. With a special thank you to Zenith Productions, Waffly Waffles, Thresher Last Name, Matthew Mathis, and Kanye and Ray J 2020. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.